an era long past.
On the other
As
thing.
monarchies weakened, local feudal lords grew in power. The first knights simply protected their lords' domains. However, with the reforms of the late 11th century, knights became protectors of the peace. They valued courage and honor, fighting heretics and heathens in God's name. In this age, one company of knights was said to be invincible due to two men. Leon Belmont, a courageous man who feared nothing and whose combat abilities were second to none. And Matthias Kronqvist, a genius tactician whose learning made him an exception in a largely illiterate society. They trusted each other completely, and they were bound by an old friendship. However, sorrow awaited Matthias upon his return from a victorious campaign. It was news of the sudden death of his beloved wife, Elisabetta. Matthias's grief was profound, and he became bedridden. A year has passed since then. Thanks to Leon's efforts, their company remains proudly undefeated. However, a mysterious army suddenly appears in Leon's domain. The Crusades are raging in the east, and since the church is focusing on fighting heathens rather than monsters, it has forbidden unauthorized battles. Leon wants permission to sortie, but the church has no intention of granting it. One night, Matthias struggles from his sickbed and tells Leon that the appearance of the monsters is tied to a vampire who has a castle in the forest called Eternal Night, and that Leon's betrothed, Sarah, has been kidnapped and brought to that castle. Leon realizes that he must renounce his title to rescue his beloved. The forest is swollen with darkness, as if it would rob away everything, and only moonlight provides a ray of hope. A great legend is about to begin.
That's sweet there.
Welcome everyone to Castlevania Lament of the Innocents. And now let's go ahead and jump into the game. I have beaten this game a few times before, and I do actually know some of the codes to allow you to do things, like how to start as the alternate character and fun things like that. We are also joined today by Story.
Hey. I'm Story. Hi.
You guys know him from other things that we've done together. Oh, I forgot that I had to save game on here. It's been a while since I've played this, so I'm probably a bit rusty. Let's see how many times I die.
What just happened? I felt something strange.
He must really like you. You won't be able to leave now.
See, this is going to be interesting because I
Now, don't
first
get so
never
excited.
played a single test.
I'm just an old man.
Well, then you'll learn this as we go, because honestly, this was my first Castlevania game that I've ever played.
You don't
So,
seem like
when I first got into the Castlevania series, this was the first game that I played.
Of course
Nice.
not. What is your name?
It was loaned to me by a friend of my dad's, and he even loaned me the full game guide to it, which the first time I played through it, I didn't use because I just wanted to, you know, experience the game. And then I played through a second time, and I found all the little secret things. I 100%ed the game,
Pardon me, Lord
and I
Belmont.
played through using the
Name is
the pumpkin code,
Ronaldo Gandolfo.
which gave me a
You can
pumpkin
call
sub-weapon.
me Leon, and I will call you
Ah.
Ronaldo. Don't call me Lord. We're equals now.
As you wish.
But yeah, this was the first Castlevania game that I had ever played.
Please follow me to my cottage. I want to talk to you.
After I managed to finish off this one, I plan to jump into the second Castlevania game that I played, which is Curse of Darkness.
There's something I want to give you.
Uh-huh.
Ronaldo.
Which I'll admit, the first time I played through it, back when I borrowed it from my dad's friend, I didn't care for it because I fell in love with this game and the way that it ran. And that game is so different.
Not worth mentioning.
But I picked up the game a few years after that when I had broadened my spectrum of games, and I fell in love with Curse of Darkness.
It seems eternal life is extremely boring. He enjoys playing at cat and mouse with the hunters that come here. Well, of course, there's no way that he could ever lose. He thinks that my helping hunters makes the game more fun.
I see. But what do you mean by there being no way he could lose?
Vampires are loved by the night, and this forest is locked in eternal darkness. He has never been defeated.
Well, that may be so, but I must go ahead and face him.
Did he take someone precious?
Yes, he abducted my betrothed. How did you know that?
It's what he always does when he starts the game. You came unarmed. Your courage astonishes me.
I think it's more foolishness.
Not my sword. That belongs to the company, and I left it behind when I gave up my title.
Is this like one of the 3D Castlevanias?
Yes.
I heard that many hunters have met their
Oh,
end.
but I mean, like,
If that's the case,
it's
getting
like a
weapons shouldn't
3D
be hard.
play space.
Yes.
Take this
And not
with you.
like, oh, okay.
I knew what you meant.
Against monsters.
Every console game
Okay.
that came out, aside from one specific one,
What
uh,
is this?
were all 3D games. And since this is PS2 era,
It's stronger than any dead man's discarded sword.
if I remember correctly, this was one of their first
I'm not familiar with that word.
their first 3D Castlevania games.
The field experiments
okay.
with the principles of God's creation of
But
the
don't
world.
anybody quote me on that.
The
And
only person who
if
can
you know of one
understand
before this,
is
let me know in the
Matthias.
chat.
You know Lord
In
Cronquist?
the chat.
I have known him
Well,
more
yes,
than
this
you
is
have.
being recorded.
His family has a book of secret arts, originally handed down orally.
Secret arts.
Okay, but people say that when they're talking about,
Of
like,
course
live
not.
stream chat.
Only a handful of people in this world know about it.
Well, comment section, chat,
Some
all the
people
same in the
consider
end.
alchemy to be
Yeah.
heresy.
And besides, technically, when I'm sending this to you, Discord registers it as a stream.
No. If you are an acquaintance of Matthias, you are trustworthy. I will use this whip with gratitude.
Does nothing to attach it, but it stays there anyway.
Put your left hand out.
My left hand. Like this?
Don't move now. That should do it. You can put it down now.
What was that?
The gauntlet is enchanted now.
A spell?
Some enemies' attacks release a special power. If you block them with the gauntlet, you can gather that power.
What can I do with the gathered power?
You'll be able to use magical relics by releasing that power.
Magical relics.
Right. Those who excel in magic can use them. I have cast the spells so that you can use them as well. I have some. You should be able to obtain them in the castle as well.
I understand.
Right now, this is all I can do for you.
And finally,
Ronaldo, thank you.
Wait a minute. I forgot
Nope,
to tell
nope.
you something. The door leading to his throne is guarded by 5 monsters.
So I will need to defeat them first.
That's right.
there's also a
It's
6th
essential
monster
that
that we're
the
gonna
Church
deal
keeps
with, but we'll
past
get to that when we get to it.
What a bothersome.
I told you before. To him, this is a game.
I realize that, but
If you have troubles, come back here anytime. They won't be free, but I'll keep potions on hand for you.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, because every game has a currency, and no shop can be that kind. Yes, getting used to how... Okay,
Oh,
lag.
Man, Discord is real lagging.
Oh no, that's the game. So, give me a sec to mess with some settings to see if I can smooth this out. And we'll be back after that. So, we are back. And how much money do I have? None. Okay. Which means it's pointless to go back to Ronaldo. I think you can get an item from him if you go back and talk to him right away. But we're just going to move on. And I couldn't fix the lag of Leon's movement. But considering all the other menus pop up and run smoothly, as well as the cutscenes generate smoothly, like they are and have been, there's nothing I can do about it.
Wait, so that means you can screen share?
Sarah,
I
wait
don't
for
know.
me.
Man,
No, it's already... No, it's not
I'm coming to
you.
see
It's a specific portion... It's specific frames of the game that are just rendering slowly because of how much stuff is going on in the game itself. I don't know if turning off the screen share would actually fix it, but I doubt it. Because the
we
only...
have. You
Because
did turn on
literally,
share.
the only thing that's lagging in this is Leon.
Mm.
If you watch every other particle that moves, it moves proper. So it's just certain sounds, such as things being destroyed, like these candles, that's slow. You know, a tiny bit of lag for those candles being destroyed, and tiny bit of lag for Leon's standard movement. And that's fine. Even the particles coming off of these things aren't lagging any from what they normally should. So it may not even be a lot of lag, it might just be me remembering things wrong. And everything's running smooth. I don't know. In the end, it's all weird, and we'll just move on with it. Okay, yeah, saving's a little bit slow now, but meh. I generally just enter the thing so that way I can heal. That's the main reason for me using that. Even the weapons don't move slow across the room. That knife moves like it should. onto tutorial area. I will be making very much use of those markers as we go.
Okay. Well, you know, Kaji, the reason I was late informing you about the string share is because you did turn it off. You were saying that it wouldn't do anything to turn it. That was
Oh, my bad. It's because, um, the game had closed down.
yeah, it's fine.
Um, my bad.
Yeah.
So yes, have a nice double jump. Get a nice serum. You guys will see me struggling with these kinds of freaking rope trick jump things on these balconies all throughout the game. They shouldn't be hard, but because I am me, they end up being difficult. I know that there's one boss in particular that getting to, you have to deal with a lot of these annoying jumps. And, well, yeah. We're finally able to dodge. Dodging is great. And I forgot to check that last room for items. Because of the limited camera mobility, they like to hide things just out of your sight. Up higher. Okay. Fuck that guy. Hell yeah, give me that 25 bucks. Because Ronaldo does have a few items that I want.
So you don't into 100% the game this run, or do you wanna play for a while?
Probably not. I always hope to 100% this game just because I do love this
Okay.
game. But I will never guarantee it because a lot of times I'll just forget where something is and not be able to figure out something stupid and simple that I should be able to. And then there's me getting frustrated at certain parts like this one, and like I was stating before, the getting to a specific mini boss requires you to do some of those jumps that frustrate the hell out of me with the balcony ledges. Huh. I always thought using this was
You know what? Diamonds.
I always thought using the relic in this room was optional to help you do it because this guy's an asshole if you don't. Didn't think it was actually required. I had never actually tried to use my whip here before, considering I've beaten this game like 7 times.
Randomly say stuff that isn't relevant to the game.
Yeah, Story's playing his own thing as well, so. Alright, so for the first episode, we're going to call it here. We beat the tutorial land, and when we come back next time, we will start up in going through the actual first world. I'm probably going to split each section of each one of the different floors of this game, depending on how long they take me, probably into about 2 to 3 episodes each. This game shouldn't take me too long. If I did these off of time-based, it should probably only take me maybe 10 episodes. So at most 3 hours. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm Rusty, and we're dealing with a laggy Leon. So we'll see what happens. Until next time, everyone.